Hey guys, and welcome to Nomadic Dmitry channel. So I'm actually right now in Madrid, in Europe, in Spain. So that's why this podcast, I guess, will be more about Europe and just life here in general. Because guys, I've been living for like more than a decade in US, and while there have been many things that I liked about US, many things that I liked about US, the nature, the very beautiful nature, like all the mountains, the ocean and all that, it's very beautiful. But something always brings me back to Europe. I don't know, guys. Maybe because I'm originally from here, I'm originally from Russia, so you probably know. But something brings me back to Europe all the time. And I just hard to say what, because many people are just saying they totally enjoy living in US and all, they just love it. I wish I can be that kind of person, because for me it didn't really work out in a sense. I had a great job there. In terms of opportunities, everything's super great. All that, but there's just something that doesn't spark. Personally, I feel like the main problem is that people in US are more like very closed, not like closed-minded, but more like closed and like only just like trying to live in their separate bubble. Like everybody is living in a separate bubble, and they feel like it's like the real kind of life. Because let's say in Europe, comparing to all that, in Europe people seem to be actually enjoying communicating with each other. It feels like life actually. They have some kind of events. You don't really need to force any kind of friendship. The friendships are kind of getting naturally, right? So like all the friendships are getting there to you naturally. Friendships, relationships, everything. And in US you need to kind of force it all. You cannot force stuff, right? When you try to force it, it doesn't really work out. But I don't know, for many people in US it actually works out. I don't know, not for me. So for this reason, that more like open-minded kind of communication and all that, I feel like Europe is definitely like superior to what we have in US. But I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion. Maybe other people are thinking a different way. I also think that there's just like much more variety of stuff to do in Europe compared to US, because US is a big country, but in terms of what kind of, in terms of the kind of things that you can do in the country, it's pretty much all the same. You kind of have the same stores everywhere, the same people. It's really kind of monoculture. Really monoculture. Yeah, there are some spots of different cultures in the US, and there are many restaurants available around the world in the US, right? But in that sense, still in Europe, I feel like every country is really different from each other. Even population like speaks different languages, the culture is different, people think the different way, and like it's very different in that sense. You like when you cross the country borders, you actually feel like you're in a different country. But in US, once you cross the state, you don't feel like you're in another place, right? It's just all the same. Yeah, like the scenery is different, maybe some stuff there and there is different. Yeah, there are like blue states and red states, but at the same time it's like, yeah, people are mostly the same. I don't see any much difference. But guys, the main difference between US and Europe, I feel like, is in terms of the opportunities, in terms of earning money. And in that sense, I feel like US is much better because you can earn more money. There are more IT opportunities that are especially interesting for me. And yeah, I feel like that way is like much more interesting in that sense. But otherwise, I don't know, many things are better in Europe. Much more variety of things to do, I feel like. I actually traveled many countries in Europe, like almost 20 or 20, I forgot. So you can actually take a look at that video. But I feel like I experienced a lot of stuff. Like 2 years ago, I was just traveling around Europe and the world was very different compared to now. But I experienced a lot of interesting stuff. So I feel like this year, I'm going to experience even more stuff. This year approaching the end. Well, not exactly the end, but it's August already, right? But I feel like I'm going to experience much more interesting stuff this year. So we'll see. And that's what I recommend to you as well. Do not lock yourself down to like specific states, specific cities, specific country. Just go travel and just see what kind of opportunities you can have. Because it's not about just a stable job like 9 to 5 and all that. Yeah, this boring kind of stuff, right? You just only live once. Like, why you just lock yourself down to all that? I cannot understand that. For me, it's just like a nonsense. But many people are fine with that, and that's okay with them, I guess. But there's so many interesting stuff in the world. So do not lock yourself down to just like one country, one state. Do not. Just see the world. And guys, if you are from the United States and you've never been to Europe, that's where I definitely recommend you to try. That's just like, you should just go and see, because you're gonna experience different things, and some kind of transition gonna happen in your head. Like, you might realize that the life is not just about like doing your job and sitting in the office, but there's much more to that. Especially here in Europe, what I see, like people drinking wine at like noon. I mean, this like most people in US are just like working actively at that point. They're like so many meetings, so many stuff, and here people are just drinking wine on the street. I mean, that's just totally different kind of experience. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Europe is a really beautiful place to be, and I definitely recommend you visit. I mean, whatever country you pick, there are many choices. Just pick whatever like fits the bill and fits your kind of soul, fits your kind of lifestyle and all that. So there are so many places to choose from. The world is actually a very interesting place to be. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. There'll be more tech and travel videos, and see you soon. See you soon, guys. Bye.